Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news all right, so brace yourselves, because the NFL rumor mill is really heating up around the Washington Commanders and a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape their defense, and honestly, their entire trajectory moving forward. The buzz around the league suggests that the Commanders are eyeing a high-impact move to acquire Jeffrey Simmons, the dominant defensive tackle from the Tennessee Titans. And if this deal happens, it could be one of the most significant moves of the offseason, potentially turning Washington into a serious contender in the NFC. Let's break down what's being whispered behind closed doors and what it could mean for the Commanders. So according to sources close to the league, there's a strong rumor that the Titans are open to trading Simmons to the Commanders. Why? Well, Tennessee is currently in a bit of a tight spot. They're sitting at 3-11 this season and are clearly in a rebuild mode after the struggles of their offense, especially with Jaden Daniels out due to multiple concussions. The Titans are also facing cap issues, with about $14 million over the salary cap, and they need to clear some space to extend players like Ridley and bolster a secondary that's been giving up way too many points, over 31 points per game this season. Now, the Titans are reportedly looking for multiple first-round picks, specifically 2 in the 2026 draft, in exchange for Simmons. They see this as a way to jumpstart their rebuild, bring in young talent, and gather assets that can help them in the future. And for the Commanders, this is a golden opportunity. Simmons isn't just any interior lineman. He's a disruptive force who can change the entire complexion of a defense. His presence could solidify Washington's front line, allowing the linebackers and secondary to breathe easier, knowing they have a game-changing anchor up front. And let's not forget Simmons' impressive stats this season. In 14 games played, he already has 5 sacks, which is remarkable for a defensive tackle. He also has 92 tackles, 78 pressures, placing him in the top tier according to PFF, and a run defense grade of 89. He's forced 3 fumbles and stopped 28 runs for loss, making him one of the most feared disruptors in the league. Since entering the league in 2019, Simmons has accumulated a total of 42 sacks, over 400 tackles, and 118 quarterback hits. His EPA per run stop is 19, which is elite and comparable to some of the best interior defenders in the league. Now, why would the Titans consider parting ways with Simmons? Well, aside from their poor record and cap issues, they're also looking to add youth and draft capital to rebuild around their core. They're trying to extend Ridley and improve a secondary that's been allowing too many touchdowns, including 32 this season. Simmons is a franchise piece, no doubt, but with the season slipping away and the team entering a rebuild, Tennessee's management might prioritize future assets over keeping their star defensive tackle. Plus, there are reports of tension between Simmons and the Titans, with the player signaling via his agent that he's open to a trade. That's a significant development, indicating that this deal isn't just league speculation. It might actually happen. Now, if Simmons joins the Commanders, the impact on their defense would be immediate and profound. He would team up with Darren Payne, forming a duo that could elevate Washington's run defense by around 22%, dropping their yards per carry allowed from 5.2 to roughly 4.1, according to PFF projections. That's a game-changer considering how much the Commanders have struggled against the run this year. Their interior pressure would increase significantly, going from an average of 1.4 to around 2.0 pressures per game. It would also free up more opportunities for the linebackers and the pass rush, allowing them to focus on edge rushers and coverage schemes. This defensive upgrade could make Washington's front 7 one of the most formidable in the NFC. Simmons is not just a run stuffer. He's a pass rusher too, with the ability to generate turnovers. His presence could lead to an increase of about 0.5 forced fumbles per game, giving the offense more chances to score. That's especially crucial for a team like the Commanders, who are still trying to find consistency on offense, especially with the struggles at quarterback and the need for a boost in explosiveness. On the offensive side, Having a more reliable defense with Simmons in the middle would allow the offensive coordinator to call more aggressive plays, knowing the defense can keep opponents in check. Mariota, or whoever ends up under center, would benefit from better field position, more turnovers forced, and overall a more confident team. The team's culture could shift from being a team fighting to stay afloat to a serious contender with playoff aspirations. Comparing Simmons to other interior defenders in his prime, many analysts draw parallels to a young Aaron Donald, given his explosiveness and disruptive ability. His stats this season, with a YAC allowed of just 18 yards on runs defended, show how elite he is at stopping plays behind the line of scrimmage. And his durability this year, missing only 2 games due to a calf strain, signals that he's healthy and ready to be a cornerstone for years to come. His career trajectory and recent performance suggest that he can be the anchor of Washington's defensive line for the next several seasons, especially as the team continues its rebuild. Now, what does this mean for their chances in the upcoming seasons? Well, if Simmons arrives, the Commanders' odds of making a deep playoff run could skyrocket. DraftKings recently shifted their Super Bowl odds from plus 15000 to plus 6,000 for Washington after this rumor gained traction, making them a genuine dark horse in the NFC. With Simmons in the middle, the defense becomes a nightmare for opponents, especially in key matchups against division rivals like the Eagles and the Cowboys. His addition would be similar to what the Rams experienced with Donald, an immediate boost that propelled them into the postseason and made them a tough out in the playoffs. Looking at historical parallels, the 2015 Dolphins made a similar move by acquiring Ndamukong Suh, which transformed their defense and helped them reach the playoffs. Simmons, with his elite production and disruptive skills, could have a comparable effect on Washington. The team's win rate in the trenches would improve significantly, and their chances of winning tight games would increase. The NFC East has been highly competitive this year, with the Eagles and Cowboys boasting strong defenses, so adding a player of Simmons' caliber could be the difference maker that pushes Washington over the top. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL, and the Titans are known for being cautious with their assets. But if this trade goes through, it would mark a turning point for the Commanders, signaling their intent to contend sooner rather than later. It would send a clear message that they're serious about building a dominant defense, one that can carry them deep into the playoffs and beyond. The synergy between Simmons and Payne could become one of the best interior duos in the league, reminiscent of the Steelers' dominant fronts in the 2000s, or even the Rams' recent success with Donald. In essence, this move would be a strategic pivot for Washington, one that elevates their roster and sets them up as serious contenders in the NFC. It's a bold gamble, yes, but one that could pay off handsomely if Simmons performs up to expectations. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this one could be the kind of blockbuster that fans talk about for years. Whether it materializes or not, the mere possibility has already ignited excitement among the fan base, who are eager to see their team make a statement and climb back into the contender picture. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Simmons is the missing piece to make a Super Bowl run? Are you excited about the potential of a revamped defense that could dominate the NFC? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news.